Hi guys, it's Jake here at Canadian Cutting Edge, and today I'm going to start a new series that I'm going to call Wee Wednesdays. That's W-E-E. I'll put it on the screen here. Because we'll be taking a look at a number of tiny knives. I really like tiny knives. There's something special about them. I can't really explain what it is, but there's something about little knives that I just really like. One of the advantages is they're very discreet. They can go on keychains, so you can take them with you wherever you are. They can go into little kits. If you make your little, what's that tin can called again? That a lot of people use, mints, Altos, or no, whatever. Little tins, little kits that a lot of people make for survival kits, in case of an emergency. There's all kinds of ways to use these little knives and to have them ready when you need them. And so today we're going to be taking a look at a Sanrenmu 6011, the 6011. And yes, it is reminiscent of a series of knives that Buck makes. I'm actually thinking there's a very good chance that Sanrenmu is making those knives for Buck. They're one of the premier knife making factories in China, and they do a really good job. Let's move our camera down to the tabletop, and we're going to take a good look at this knife today. And stay tuned every Wednesday for a Wee Wednesday. There she is, this tiny little beauty, the 6011 LUC-SA. Let's start off with doing a little bit of size comparison. Let's take a look at the Sanrenmu 7010. So if you're familiar with Sanrenmu, you're almost definitely familiar with that knife. Or let's compare it to something. This is also Sanrenmu, but it's very much like the small Kershaw Cryo. Very similar in size, dimensions. Of course, it's not the same knife, but very similar. So yeah, that's quite a bit different too. Or perhaps you like the Ontario Rat. Whoa, that's a beast compared to that thing. Spyderco Tenacious. It's a tiny knife that we're looking at today. And I like me a tiny knife. It's a nice hollow grind. And look at that grind line right there. I'm going to move my camera a bit closer. So on the screen, you're seeing what amounts to, a total of almost 8 inches across. So it's smaller than it looks. So we've got this beautiful hollow grind, and I'm going to use my Tenacious here as a pointer. Take a look at that line there on that hollow grind. Isn't that beautiful? And then the grind lines are straight up and down. It's really nice to see. There you go. Take a look at those lines. I think that looks really nice. There's Sanrenmu's letters for their name. I'm not sure which Chinese language that is, if that's Chinese or Mandarin. Sorry, guys. And then we've got this nice satin brushed finish all over the handle. We've got these flat screws, and even the pillars are what's the word I'm looking for? They're not just posts, they are rounded out. They have that not hollow, sort of hourglass type shape. It just adds another, beautiful touch to it, instead of just having a post like on the stop pin. And the thumb studs are done very well. They've got that, 3-step top that adds a little bit of grip for your fingers to actuate the knife. We've got a square back on this drop point, and then the knife is a whole bunch of belly and a tiny bit of flat. A very well done little sharpener's toil. Instead of just using a tiny little circle, they used a greater radius, and then it didn't have to go so shallow, so that it won't catch on things, and yet the cutting edge can be sharpened all the way to the end. Very nice touch. And then we've got this tip down Pocket clip, sorry, that's the only place it goes, right side tip down. And of course it's a frame lock, and that's well cut out. That's the only jimping that we see, is to release that frame lock so you get some grip on your thumb to close the frame lock. And the rest of it is just nice, shiny satin polish. Take a look at that blade centering. It's not quite perfect, but she's close to perfect. Oh, sorry about knocking the camera around. So there we go, we're focused. So yeah, that's very close to perfect. It's a little bit more to this side. Look at that. You see that? It just flies out. The detent is good and solid. That gives it enough pressure that, you know, when it does release, it just flies out. Yeah, let me show you that detent. Here we go. Sucks it right in there. One of the things that's lacking on this knife is a lanyard hole or a keychain ring hole. I like to put my little knives on keychain rings. You know, it's a lot of fun for me to carry them that way. That way they're always handy when I'm out and about. Let's talk about some sizes. Open, this guy is 12.5 centimeters long. That's right on, just shy of 5 inches actually. Closed, it's 7.3 centimeters, which is 2 7/8 inches. The blade itself is 5.3 centimeters, which is 2 1/16 inches. And that cutting edge, you know, because of that nice choil there, is another 7 millimeters shorter, or 1/4 of an inch shorter than the blade itself. The weight of this thing is 1.4 ounces. That's with the pocket clip. That is 40 grams. I haven't weighed it without the pocket clip, but since it doesn't have a keychain ring, this knife will most likely just live in my pocket instead of using the pocket clip. I'll just take the pocket clip off, drop it in the bottom of my pocket, and it's going to live there, you know, along with my change and other things. I would take this knife along with me in situations where it would be best to carry a knife discreetly or no knife at all. And it cuts just fine. Let's take a look at what we can cut with it. I got a nice John Deere flyer in the mail today. And that's a push cut, just straight across. Like I said. And so from the factory, this knife is, oops, there we go, very nice indeed. It can cut stuff that's quite a bit lighter. This is newsprint. A really light, oh, there we go again. Test it out on a little bit of wood. This is not a bushcrafter's knife, but you can see that if you were stuck in the woods in a survival situation, you could use a little knife like this even to help yourself out. So what do you think of this knife, guys? I really like it. I hope you like it. If you like these wee knives, subscribe to the playlist for these. I'm not quite sure how to put a link for the playlist in there. I will definitely put it in the description below. I'm not sure how to put it on the screen. I will try to put it at the end. If you know anybody who's looking for little knives or likes little knives, please share this video with them. If you like the video, not necessarily if you want the knife or not, but if you like the video, please click on like, please comment. Thank you for subscribing. It really helps me out a lot. And if you want to buy this knife, the cheapest place to get it is from GearBest. I'll put a link in the description below where you can get it. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. And remember, always cut towards your chum and not your thumb.